Hello, Divine Timing. Hello, Kathleen. Happy to see you guys here. It seems good on your end. Okay, I was just changing the title of the show. And this is Cynthia Toet, your TV host, with a guest speaker today. We have a guest speaker for all the way over there in India. This is Arif Hussain, and we actually met with we took a Coach to Fortune and a Book to Fortune course with Arif over there in India a couple of years ago, and that's how we met. And he has actually written a couple of books, just like me. We both have written some books. His books that he's written is called Bounce Back and 3 Codes to Live By. And they are published books, and he will talk about that towards when I ask him to a little bit later on the show. But the reason why I have invited him onto the show is we are both life coaches, and I wanted his opinion to why to hire a coach. That's the title of the show. And coaching is a valuable tool that we can benefit, that anyone can benefit, regardless of your age or profession or your life circumstances. Coaching is a process in which an experienced individual like the two of us can help another person or group to identify and achieve their goals and discover their skills and knowledge to overcome obstacles. That's why we're here. And Arif, his coaching skills, this is about our mindsets. Let's change our mindsets around. Let's change our mindsets so they're actually working from a peak performance. And so I kind of brought him in so we can kind of bounce back. I'm going to ask him a question. He may ask me the same question back. So we're going to do this bounce back method. Since he wrote a book called Bounce Back, we thought we'd do this bounce back method. And we have Andrew in the house too, and Molly. Good. And we got 4 people in the house here joining us live on the show. So you're not alone. Now we got you in the spotlight. Okay, my first question is, first I would like you introduce yourself, your name, where you're from, and what do you do, and what kind of got you into coaching, kind of like just give you the floor for a couple minutes here.
Thank you, Cynthia, for having me here. And hello, everyone who are there online. I can see a couple of people. It's really good to be here. So first of all, let me tell you about my background a little. So I had worked in some pharmaceutical companies where I was launching new medicines for lifestyle disorders. So the first introduction of life or lifestyle came, through these launches of medicines where I saw people struggling, people in pain, and the thing is that they knew their answers, what is bothering them, what are the troubles they're going through, and they had answers as well. But besides the answers, they also have the contradiction. Okay, so for example, somebody had, okay, I need to do exercise, it will keep me healthy. They also had a thought, okay, what happens? There are so many people who are doing exercise, they are going to gym, but still they get sick. Okay, so they have both the opposite thoughts, right? So the medicines were not helping them actually. On a long term, they were taking medicines, they were doing things, following up with doctors and so many other things, but they were not getting real change in their life, right? So that's what bring me to life coaching. And then uh, I got deeper and deeper, and then I became a peak performance coach, where I deal with people's minds, helping them to um, get a right mindset for what they want to achieve, without compromising their lives, without compromising their values, the integral values they would have, which we call baseline, Cynthia, the term that we use. So those values which we have uh, inside us, we may not be aware all the time, but they are there. right? Through which we work, through which we move ahead in life. And at so they are helping, to create a pattern in our life, and also at the same time, they keep us stuck, right? So it all works two ways, right? So that helped me to understand more about people. The more I interacted with them, the more I understood mind, and that's how the journey is still on.
Oh, I can tell you my story too.
Yeah, sure, Cynthia, that will be amazing.
Let's see. Let's see here. The screen should switch back there. I don't know why it didn't switch back to me speaking. It should. I don't know why. Okay, we'll go back here. All right, and the reason why I actually joined the course too, and I wrote the book called "Flipping Your Emotional Story Around." And I also, the reason why I like to coach people is because I believe our emotions get in the way from our next step forward, because we're actually living in fear or doubt or insecurity, not whole enough, not complete enough. And I have this gift to really shift this story around that we've been looking at. And that's kind of like what got me started into the same journey as wanting to have a life coach, is because I saw where people were getting stuck in their own stories and in their own heads. So so that's what got you started in coaching then?
Yes, that
Is
got
your
me started, and I always had this inherent feeling of helping people, uh, since I was in my family the eldest one, right? In fact, in my generation, so I uh, always had this inherent feeling, okay, I need to help the younger ones, and that translated into, as I get more experience in life, I that translated into coaching.
It does. I think that we all could be coaches in some way or another, but to actually say, "Hey, this is my specialty. This is how. This is my gift in coaching. This is where I'm able as a coach to help your life, to move you forward, to help you identify what it is that you need to do as an individual or as a group to get that, to put the pedal to the metal is the way I like to put it, and to put that gas tank, to put the gas into our gas tank, to put the fuel in so we can actually have this movement going forward."
True.
So do you get coaching services yourself, or how did you learn about coaching? Maybe let's.
Yes, definitely. That was actually the beginning. So I was doing well in my professional life, but I was struggling in my personal life. And I think that was impacting my professional life as well. So I could not break those glass ceilings in my profession, right? Because my personal life was stuck somewhere. And that's how I came to know about Arfin. Then I met him, and it took a while, some years, because I was very occupied with my professional life. So it took some years to actually decide and start working on myself. And when I received coaching myself, I could see what I am capable of doing, what I really enjoy doing, and how that can help others as well. Right. So that's how I came into coaching. What about you, Cynthia?
And bounce back to me. Well, actually, I have had quite some intensive coaching. I did 3 years of coaching with Summer Mistavik. I probably said her name all wrong, but that had to do with the emotional self, the self-care, the self-love, the self-worth. Let's, to really get us in alignment. And the reason why I stayed in so long is I wanted to coach for her, to help her with her students, but I guess I wasn't a perfect fit for her. So, that's okay. And then I found Arfine Kine. The reason why with Arfine Kine, what happened there is I wanted to I didn't join his group because my emotional self, because of me into Summer's courses, I was going through the emotional, how do I get through my emotional self? Because I had fibromyalgia for 15 years, and she actually gave me the baseline to actually pull myself out of that. But when I got into Arif Kind's course, it was because I wanted to expand myself to become a coach, to be able to help other people to become more grounded, more stable, more whole, more give them a direction in life, and instead of allowing the emotional self to keep us stuck. So, all right.
That's a great beginning.
So how important do you think well, go ahead.
Yeah, so
Huh?
this was a good choice that you made, Cynthia. Can you hear me?
What was really neat is they gave us the mastermind course. Did you get the mastermind course with Arif Kind too?
Yeah, I took them masterminds for a while, and then I got occupied with my own work, so I could not continue it.
Right, myself too, but I did finish the mastermind course where I got my certificate from it. And the mastermind course was actually showed us how to come live, to go through Zoom, and for us to actually do coaching services through online to help people worldwide. That's a unique thing that we have both gone through. I'm going to continue on. We're going to move on forward to how important do you think it is for someone to hire a coach in their life?
So I feel, when it comes to people, so I give a small example. So let's say there is a friend who is in some trouble, right? So a real friend would listen to him and can see the problems the person is facing objectively, but he or she himself cannot or may not. The reason is that our emotional baggage comes along with all, what is happening. So we are not able to see the situation objectively, right? And that's how, and that happens with everybody. So for example, a doctor not may not be able to treat himself. He would require another person, to actually diagnose him and treat him. Similarly, when it comes to people, so we ourselves may not be able to see what we are going through exactly objectively, but the other person can see it, in few seconds, few minutes. The problem that friend may not work, that friendly advice or suggestion may not work is because uh, one, they are friends and we know what they are overall. So as humans, we won't be able to follow, and in general we don't follow advices. We may, somebody influential saying something, we may follow it for a while, but we don't keep on working towards those advices or suggestions. So that's why coach is important. What coach does is they don't give advices, they don't give suggestions. They make a person realize, they make a person aware of things, and that's where the change happens actually. Yeah.
I
What do
agree
you
with
think?
you.
What do you think, Cynthia?
Yeah, I agree with you. I believe that, we see problems and we see them even with friends, and we may lead them and guide them. But to me, myself, the reason why it's important to hire a coach, and it's not just a friend thing, because a friend thing is more mutual. It's not a commitment. It's not a responsibility. But if we were to hire a coach, then what we're doing is we're taking our own responsibility to be responsible for our own personal growth, for our own personal direction. We're being committable to ourselves. It's self-responsibility. And I think that we respect ourselves when we actually hire a coach. We hire a coach and say, hey, this is really where I want to fine tune my life, or this is the direction I would like to go. Can you help me see through my words, what I'm speaking to you, can you reflect it or bounce it back at me so I can actually grasp it, so I can get a clearer direction? Because if we don't have that bounce back, or if we don't have that coach in hand or in alignment with you, then we stay in this state of confusion, or this fog, or we're not fully engaged into a direction that we would really like to go. But I believe hiring a coach actually allows us to claim our lives, to say, hey, this is what I want to do, and I want to fine tune it. I want to put it in gear. Like, when you have a car, you have to fine tune it. You have to have everything you have to have everything working right. And that's what a coach does in people's lives. It's a fuel that we need to put us on the right track so we can be going in the right direction. Like the two of us, we've taken, mastermind courses, we've taken, we became an author by writing a book. We only wrote the book because we had a coach to lead us and guide us to get to the end result. The coach is what helped us get to the end result, because it gave us a plan, it gave us a direction. And the same with coaching, the coaching has gotten myself to even be doing this TV hosting program live on YouTube twice or three times a week when I come on live with a guest. So that's why I think coaching is very important, because it really brings the value as a human up. It's like, look, I can do this. I'm not just, I'm not just eating, going to bed, just doing the normal thing, or getting dressed or whatever, taking the shower. I'm actually creating something in my life because I took the responsibility to hire a coach to fine tune my direction.
That's true. That's true, Cynthia. I give you an example. So I had this idea of writing a book on, how one can have a healthy life, and in very simple ways. And it took 5 years, and I could write just a few pages. I had a whole idea in my head, but it was not on paper. And it took about 8 to 10 days or something when I really decided, because everything was there. I had lived, that those things that I had written in the book. So it took about 8 to 10 days. Because there was a help from the coach.
It's true. It's true. I had my whole book written, but I didn't realize it until I had the coach on the book to Fortune. And then I realized when they gave me the floor plan, I went back through all of my stuff, and I had already written it. I just hadn't put it into a structured format to actually put it into a book format. So again, to have those tools makes a big difference.
True.
So your coaching services to set our mindsets to a peak performance. I love the title. I love what you're doing for a peak performance. I love how you do that. But you want to explain, a little bit more to maybe how you came up with the title, or how that all engages with everything, or?
So, so performance is actually habit, right? Just like all other habits. Somebody who wants to perform at his peak, over a period of time, it becomes a habit. Now, why, there are ups and downs in those performances, is because people are stuck somewhere, or they are not doing what they really want to do, or they have, uh, you know what they are doing is not in alignment with what they are inside, right? So they get motivated for a while, they do good, and then again they come down. So what coaching does is, like, I help them, being aware of those patterns that are actually helping them, and so they can do more of them. And then there are some patterns which are actually keeping them stuck, or they are actually breaking them. Okay, so for example, somebody who is working in a company doing well, and over a period of time, because of something, uh, the performance comes down. So something happened there. Okay, and that something gets repeated every time. He may change the company, he may do his business, he may do something else, but that pattern will keep on repeating until he break that pattern. So I help people break that pattern, and everybody has abilities, right? We just have to recognize, be aware, and then do it more, and we can improve those abilities.
And so I'm going to read a couple things going on in the chat. I don't know if you've been watching, but it's, you know, like Kathleen, she's talking about how interesting how we go through things to help us. And then when we want to do the same for others, just like Quotes has such an impact for herself and her journey. And now what she's doing, because she puts quotes all the time over there on Facebook, which is actually getting, I mean, I think she's got 10,000 hits or even more. I mean, she's doing, and she's talking about with the people on the outside, it's definitely easier to see things in. So they're talking about what we've been talking about. And then Andrew's talking about how our feelings and how they agree with that. Then back to Kathleen, you know, it is an investment for us to be hiring a coach. It's an investment, and maybe we take some extra serious if we take our life serious. Yeah, it's to be a commitment for sure. And yeah, even a friend can be emotionally invested in stuff when actually we can remain completely objective for ourselves. So yes, being vested in alignment. So I just kind of wanted to include them in because they are here, and I don't want to make them feel like they're an outsider, because they are part of this journey and part of the process as we're going forward to why hire a coach.
So one more reason, why friends or the close ones may not be able to help the way you want to get helped is they want good for you, right? Your close ones want good for you. They want you to grow, but they don't want you to grow more than them.
That's true. They want to hold you back, but don't go ahead of me. Don't climb up the ladder
Yeah,
more than I am.
because that's going to be very uncomfortable for them. You may not be able to give them time. You may not be able to do things that you are doing right now. So that change, you have to see it for yourself. You're not changing it for somebody else. You're changing it for yourself. If you want to grow, you are going for yourself, and that's your decision.
Yeah, and I think the coach really it's committable. We commit ourselves to a coach, and a friend, we're not committing ourselves. I mean, we maybe can committing ourselves as a friend, but we're not committing ourselves in a direction within our life. You know, if I want to write a book, is my friend going to give me the direction to write that book so I get it published? Maybe, but not necessarily to the point that we were able to do it because we had the coaching service behind it.
Yes, and it will also depend on, has the friend written a book?
Right.
Has he done it for himself? If he has done it, he may not like to have a competition, or
Right.
he may not be that successful. Okay, so we don't know what we are getting into.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyhow, the coaching is definitely to make us committable for a direction in life that we want to go. Rather it is writing a book, rather it is coaching, rather it is, rather you're learning how to draw, to paint, or to play music, anything. I mean, we had teachers all of our lives. The reason why we had teachers was to I know what word I want to actually get us so we are being able to do what it is with a direction. It's not
True.
all over the place. We can achieve our goals faster with having a coach.
Oh,
The coach
yes.
aligns us. A coach can help us remove limited belief systems. A coach can help us remove emotional things that are holding us back, the fear, insecurity, doubt, not complete enough. I don't know if I can do this. Just that state of confusion that we stay in. We stay in this cloud of just lingering around without even making a decision. The coach actually helps us push through that.
Exactly. So they save, a coach can actually save years of experimentation that people go through, right?
Correct.
So why do people find their passion, or why do they start usually after 40 or 50, because till that time they have been experimenting. So a coach actually helps them save those years. And it's not just about work, it's about relationship also. Why people are going through so many relationship challenges, why they are not aligned, why they are not able to figure out, okay, who is the compatible partner.
That's a whole
Yes,
nother
because
topic.
yes. It's because they are not aware of themselves.
That's right. We're not aligned emotionally. We are out of balance. That's why.
Maybe what we are choosing is because of the societal pressure, because of the family pressure, or just because a friend is doing this,
Right. We're
right?
trying to be like everyone else and we forget to be ourselves.
Sure.
All right. I don't want to hold you here too long. I know I brought you in for like a 30-minute show. I don't know if there's anything else you want to talk about. If you would like to even, you can go ahead and mention your books. I know I mentioned it at the front, so it didn't get left out.
So you have mentioned the books. I would just like to share something about coaching, that a coach makes you aware and realize, as I have already said, and he may help you, get unstuck and make you aware of what's stopping you. I would say life is very simple, and success in any way, whether it's personal, it's relationship, or it's professional, the simplicity and straightforwardness, can work wonders. The more complex it is, the more complex we make. Uh, mind is made to things, to create simplicity. It doesn't want to do too many things. At a given point of time, you can do only one thing. That's what we are made to do, right? So if we focus on just one thing, uh, we are going to successful, definitely. And one thing is that I've learned over a period of time is, for when I look to do something with long-term gratification, instead of doing something short-term or something casually, it gives me a lot of satisfaction, contentment, and I've always been successful in whatever I was trying to do.
All right, so the question is, how do people get a hold of you or in touch with you? No, he doesn't have a live show himself. I reach out to him. We have had some coaching services in the past together, and he has an Instagram channel, which I will add the Instagram link down into the description box. He does have a Facebook. I'll also add that into the description box. And I know on Instagram, you can find both of his books that he has written, that's in the link into his Instagram channel. So you can actually go to either one of those pages to hook up with him or chat with him or find out just more information about him, or if you want to ask any more coaching question, or if you want to hire him as a coach, I will put that all in the description box for you guys. I will, do you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, I do have. I may not be working as much as I wanted to, but it is
It's all
there.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can just type on Google Coach Arif Hussain and you can find me.
Okay.
It's there, like on LinkedIn to Instagram to Facebook. You can find me almost everywhere.
LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. So I'll put on all the links in the description. I know I'll get the Instagram link, and I'll get his YouTube link, and I'll get his Facebook link. And it'll be in the description for anybody that wants to check into any videos that have you posted some videos on YouTube then?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes. There
so
are.
some
Yeah.
of my followers will go over there and check out your content. And you guys remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button while you're here. We're all here doing what it is we can. That like just makes us feel better. We know somebody else liked our content. Oh, how nice. And as we're growing and expanding and going forward in our lives. And I want to thank each and every one of you that took time out of your day to come and join us live onto the show today to find out why you should hire yourself a coach or a friend or somebody that you may know that you think that they need some guidance. You can lead them to the channel and maybe lead them to either one of us for some coaching services. And I think that's all I had to say. Is there anything else you want to add into to fine tune or wrap this up?
Thank you. Thank you so much. I can just say that, Cynthia, thank you for having me here. And,
You're so welcome.
there's wonderful people who are there with us live. Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome. All right. Bye-bye.